Hi all. Just want to touch base with you quickly after the end of week one. I want to introduce to you, wrong side, a couple of buddies of mine sitting right here. They're just going to be hanging out, making sure that you pay attention. Um, just want to to you, refer you to the syllabus for a moment. It's an 8-week course, so things fly by. The week of November 10th, I believe it is, your communication theory paper is going to be due. So I wanted to just talk a little bit, not about the specifics of that paper because that is in the document of the paper criteria, but our discussion this past week. So the purpose of talking about communication theory and specifically what your theory of communication is to construct your this particular paper that you're going to do so that it informs how you do your project for this semester. So your theory of communication, what you believe communication to be, is going to influence how you design your communication, how you do your interviews for your communication project, all right, and how you manage the whole process. Okay, uh, two things that I want to highlight. First of all, in terms of your communication theory, this is interpersonal communication that we're talking about, okay, not intra, all right? And it is human communication, all right? I think I've kind of mentioned that in the past. So I want you to make sure you focus on interpersonal, all right, which can include group communication, organizational communication, and so on, and make sure that it's human communication, all right? Um, so I want you to start looking ahead and looking at the paper criteria and uh, consider the different theories that we talked about or that you read about last week and start formulating your theory of communication. Now, I want to challenge you, all right? We are in an age where, especially in academia, not exclusively and not it's not necessarily pervasive, but especially in academia, there is this notion that everything is relative. Okay, and I come from a different bit of a background where that notion is really absurd because the statement itself debunks it. So not everything is relative, and if we do not have common symbols, if we do not have common meaning, how in the world can we communicate at all? Right? So just think about that. So when you write your paper, yes, you do have to hedge. When you think about your theory of communication, you do have to qualify it some, but don't be afraid to make a statement of what you really believe communication to be. All right, because if it's all relative, then can you even understand what I'm saying right now? Does it make any sense at all to you? My contention is no, you can't. All right, we have to agree on certain terms that mean certain things, so then those terms are no longer relative. Okay, they have a for us an absolute meaning. So I want you to consider that. Are things relative? Yeah, there are certain things that are relative. I'm not going to go down that philosophical thought, but I want you to consider that when you start formulating your theory of communication, in order that you write your paper and then that informs the project that you're going to do for this class. Now, essentially, what you're doing by the end of the semester is you're going to be producing a document uh, uh, doing all of your pre-planning, all your pre-production work. You're actually not going to produce the project, but everything that you need to do before getting that project finished. So that's scheduling, that's budgeting, that's if you're doing things that have graphic design, we're going to look at that process. If you're doing something that's on the web, if you're doing a video project, if you're doing a public relations campaign, everything except for actually doing the project. And what you're going to have to do is select a real life um, uh, client. Okay, and that client may be somebody that you are intimately involved with, that you know. And when I say intimately, I don't mean necessarily family oriented, but it's group of people that you work for, or anything of that nature. But it can be a family member as well. I've had students in the past, for example, do all the pre-production work for a website for their mother, who was a songwriter and wanted to put their songs on the web. Okay, so designing the web, finding out how much it's going to cost, talking to her mom, the client. I've had others who did, for example, a brochure or a PR campaign for a historical society for a certain town. All right, so I want you to start thinking about those things right now. Who you might approach to do this particular project, and also start thinking about when, because time is flying by. I can't believe that first week is already gone. So start focusing in on those things. As always, if you have any questions, please contact me. By email is the best way to contact me. All right. So until next time, say bye to my two little buddies here. Have a great day. Take care. Bye.